October 3rd, you guys know what's coming. It's Creative Women MiniCon, our third annual. We've got Sarah Renee Kraft down here to tell us all about what she has planned and where it all started. All right, we have Sarah Renee Kraft down here. Uh, Creative Women MiniCon 2015, October 3rd. You are definitely going to want to be down here at Empire's Comics. You can find all the info for who's going to be down here at empirescomics.com or on our Facebook page.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now you've done events with us before.
Oh yeah.
It's old hat for her. She knows she's done them. She knows what to expect. And you were here for Free Comic Book Day.
I was here for Free Comic.
How did that go over for you?
Oh, it went fantastic. It's always so great to talk to the crowd. Everybody was so excited.
It's a fun day.
Oh, it's a fun day, and I had great neighbors. You know, Evan E.B. Burgoon and Jared and Cody Vrosh. Great people.
All great names. Some of which, actually all of which, will be at Crocker-Con, I believe.
They will be at Crocker-Con.
Which is next Thursday. You can come down to the Crocker Art Museum, and there's going to be a host of talented people with their artwork, their writing, their small press publishing, comic stores. It's just a really fun event.
Oh, yeah.
Where not only the typical comic fans, but the Crocker patrons come down and get to see something new.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great mix of the fine art and the local creatives, the as you said, the writers, the artists, the podcast people, and
they're not fine.
And so,
no, it's really good. It's the third year. You've come every year, right?
Yeah, I've been there every year.
And it's one that I personally look forward to.
Definitely. I've been there every year because I'm an artist for the 916 Inc. Makes Comics, which is also going to be premiering there, and the kids will be selling their book.
I'm glad you brought this up because I completely forgot. So why don't you tell us what 916 Inc. The comics are and how you're involved?
916 Inc. Makes Comics. 916 Inc. is an organization that promotes youth literacy at the various schools and other locations. And the 916 Inc. Makes Comics is this great program that we all wish that we had when we were kids. But they teach the kids how to write specifically for comics. And as a comic writer yourself, cool. I'm sure that resonates with you.
It would have been very nice to have that.
Yeah. And so, you know, the panel 1, panel 2, they teach them proper script writing. And then they invite a panel of artists like myself on board, and we work with the kids very organically to where the kids get to check out our portfolios, and we get to listen to their pitches for their comics and actually kind of find each other and see what resonate with each other, and then develop the artwork together. And then we artists take that, and then we go and we actually draw their pages.
That is a really neat process, because rather than them just putting a script together and then randomly giving it to an artist, this way you guys, I mean, they really get a feel for what it takes to create that kind of a connection and to find somebody to work with.
Yeah.
So you did, and how many pages is it?
The entire book, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to guess between 30 and 40 pages, but don't quote me on that.
And all written by kids.
All written by kids.
Locals.
All locals. I was really happy. More than half of the classroom this time was women, which
that's awesome.
Creative women.
Yes, no, that is absolutely perfect.
But you know, all of them have great ideas. The boys, the girls, everybody has just the most amazing. There's no holds barred. Like everything is okay.
That is really cool. And so the kids will be here or be at Crocker-Con.
They will be at Crocker-Con actually selling the book. So I'm so excited to see them.
That's going to be something really special for them, because the first time around with 916, they went to local shops, they went to cons, Eben sold them, but the kids didn't really get to see it.
No.
At the Crocker-Con, they're going to get to sit behind the table. They're going to get to see people excited. They're going to. I mean, there's something about somebody wanting to purchase your book. And of course, you can get your book signed, which will really, I imagine.
Well, you can get them signed by the writers who are selling the books, the kids, and then many of the artists who will be featured at Crocker-Con are actually the artists from the book, so they will all be there as well. And I'm included in that. I did 2 stories, so it's
a one-stop shop. You can get your book signed by the entire creative team. So make sure you stop by Crocker-Con and check it out. So. Since the last time we talked to you, which I believe was right before Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
What have you been working on during that time, and what will you have to show us at the Creative Women?
During that time, I've decided to really explore my expressive illustration, and so
what does that mean?
Expressive illustration, that's illustration that comes from very personal and emotional
Okay.
side of the artist. Some people say that art is the portrait of the artist's soul.
Okay.
And so expressive illustration would be trying to find those symbols and those visual metaphors that keep popping up in my artwork, and I'm trying to make sense of them. I noticed that I use ribbons a lot in my artwork. And so, and masks and some other things in my artwork. And so I'm trying to figure out what that means. And I started working on an art book I call the Lemniscus book. And lemniscus is Latin for ribbon. And where that comes from is in Chinese folklore, they believed that fate was a red string that tied everything together.
Okay.
I don't necessarily believe in fate, but I believe that the actions that we make now will affect the things that are available to us later.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to explore those bonds.
I'm sorry. Is she in the fray?
I'll get her.
Hi, Dylan.
She's making herself at home.
Alright,
Will you grab her? Thank you.
I'm putting them both in the office.
Okay, so lemniscus is Latin for ribbon. And because of my Greek mythology studies, I'm still working on the book, but it's taken longer than I thought for the Greek mythology comic that I'm working on. I do study Latin and Greek, and that has very strong ties, but lemniscus is Latin for ribbon.
Okay.
And the significance of the ribbon is like relationships, the ties that bind, the limits we place on ourselves. I wanted the ribbons to have kind of like a limitation, but these things are very fragile. They can be broken, they can be tied, or they seem like they're very strong. And so I'm playing with that a lot in my artwork and a lot of that symbolism.
All right, that sounds like something that would be really interesting, and it sounds like the foreword's going to be well worth reading.
Yeah.
So you brought a piece of artwork.
I did. This is the first illustration I finished, and it's my new banner. But it's all traditional. So I'm trying to keep it very simple and work with just the red and the blue pencil. And then there's a little bit of water media in there. I'm going to be using the same metaphors. So birds, ribbons, masks, trees, arrows will keep popping up repeatedly throughout the book.
Now, that's obviously you, but it also seems a little bit different than some of the stuff you've done.
It is a little bit different. Lately I've been just trying to really explore, again, my expressive side, really embrace who I am as an artist. Mm-hmm. And I feel like lemniscus is the first step in that direction towards discovering who Sarah is as an artist and what content really speaks to me.
All right. Well, I assume we'll have some examples that they'll be able to check out.
Yes, definitely. I will have actually my prints available premiering at Creative Women Minicon.
There you go. It'll be the premiere for some prints for lemniscus. And then, of course, you guys will have that to look forward to. You can find Sarah at most of the cons around here, not only Crocker-Con, but the anime cons, the SAC cons. So there's plenty of opportunities to check her out and, of course, get her sketchbook when it's finally done. So where can they find you online?
Online. Right now I'm working on transitioning over to my new website. It's going to be sketchykraft.com. That's Kraft with a K, like the cheese.
It's easy to remember.
And, but yeah, Sketchy Kraft, which is a pun. I like puns. Okay. But I'm also have my Facebook I'm on a lot, and that is Art by Sarah R. Kraft. And Instagram I post on all the time, all my sketches, and my Instagram is Sketchy Kraft as well.
There we are. You guys can see her down here on October 3rd. Don't miss Crocker-Con, and we will see you guys all there. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you then.